What's going on, guys? Chris here with 4K Motoring, and today we've got another product review video. We have been sent a new product. This is going to be a smart rear view mirror that has included a front and rear dash cam. Full disclosure, I was sent this item for free. There was a stipulation that I do a review, but there is no stipulation that I had to send the review to the company or get approval prior to posting. Well, if you guys have not seen my dash cam video, I'll go ahead and link it up top. I installed a dash cam on my 2018 Nissan Titan XD several months ago and have been very glad to have it. Now, I haven't had any specific incidents in this vehicle since installing it, but I have been running a dash cam in my work vehicle for pretty much the whole time I've had it. I've been involved in a couple incidents where it's been needed, and it's been wonderful to have. I'm honestly quite surprised that insurance companies don't give a discount for people that have dash cams installed in their vehicle. So let me show you what I got. This is the Urvolax Smart Streaming Mirror Dash Cam. The packaging is actually quite nice on this unit. It comes with a sleeve over it and then a little box. And when we open it up, the presentation is honestly a lot better than I thought it would be. Now, this unit retails between $150 and $200, and what it gets you is an 11-inch mirror that's actually a screen. It's got a couple inputs, including a micro SD card, speaker on the back, and this is meant to mount to your current mirror and strap to it, so you don't need to have a vehicle-specific mount for it. That's the one part I'm a little shaky on, and I'd rather just have it replace the mirror itself, but we'll go ahead and mount it up and see how cleanly it can mount to see if you even really notice it. Alright, inside the box, after we pull that camera out, we've got a couple accessories. Let's go ahead and take a look at what they are. First, we have our power cable. This is just a cigarette outlet to mini USB charger cable and an attached little Phillips screwdriver. We have one camera. We have our second camera, and this one seems a whole lot more robust. This one's going to be actually waterproof. I believe IP68 rated. I'll go ahead and list that here on the video. This one's able to be mounted outside the vehicle or on the roof to act as a backup camera. And one thing I think is cool about that is modern vehicles tend to already have backup cameras, so if you're upgrading one of those, this can potentially go as a front camera or a passenger side kind of curved camera. So there's a lot of utility that might come with this, so stay tuned, let's see what we can do with it. We have a GPS antenna. That way the vehicle can get its speed data and location data to be put into the video. And then we have various mounting tools to be mounted to the vehicle, as well as a SanDisk Ultra 32 gigabyte Class 10 card. We also have our instructions, and it looks like we have included screen protectors as well. One thing I noticed on Amazon is that there's a lot of 10-inch and a lot of 12-inch screens. Very few of these were 11-inch. And when the company contacted me, they made kind of a big deal about that, so I wanted to go ahead and just see how it fit compared to our normal mirrors. So if we can see there, edge to edge from the factory Nissan Titan XD mirror, we're maybe a quarter to a half inch larger, and it should just fit right over top. Let's go ahead and check out the Corvette just to see in an older vehicle how big those mirrors are, if there's been any changes, and how that looks. Once we're in the Corvette here, we do notice the factory mirror does have the auto dimming function, so it's a little bit thicker of a mirror. But when we hold them up side by side, we're going to see this is a pretty perfect size for the vehicle, and it looks like the tabs will go around that. So the next challenge we have is deciding which vehicle we're going to go ahead and mount this on. Well, my plan is to cheat just a little bit here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I already have the wiring hooked up for the Kenwood dash cam that I had installed. Because of that, I'm going to go ahead and mount this new mirror camera just to get a quick start on it, just to kind of see what it gives you and to give you guys my initial impressions on it. I do think eventually we're going to mount it in the Corvette just to kind of modernize it a little bit, but I want to make sure it works first. The instructions make a pretty big deal about making sure everything is hooked up before you turn this unit on. So we went ahead and just kind of mocked up the front camera and rear camera just to make sure it all fits and that everything functions and we can decide where to put it. Like I said, both of my vehicles here now have backup cameras. This camera will act as one. This would be awesome in an older vehicle or something without any of that. It'd be a fantastic addition. With what I have already, we'll see if it's any better or any more usable. I might, if I keep this in the truck, I might mount that rear camera a little bit higher on the top of the bed. That way I have a better view of my cargo and anything I'm backing up around the truck. If you have the around view monitor in these trucks, the passenger side mirror has a camera underneath it. That allows you to see the curb line as you're backing up, parallel parking, that sort of thing, and is hugely useful. Also, can just go in the front of the truck, right on the nose where the camera normally is, so you can see how close you're getting to things. That would add another camera view that I don't have already. Well, okay, we started the truck up and pretty much immediately we got camera footage. Here's what we see. So as we can tell, that backup camera was the first thing to come up. I don't have the power wire connected to it, the trigger wire, so I'm guessing that's going to be a setting in here that I can change to have automatically come up or not. There it goes, it shuts off immediately with power. Starts up immediately again. There we go, now we're defaulting to the front camera. Which, if mounted where I wanted to mount it, will give us that view right there. Overall, this seems like a really cool camera, especially if you don't already have a backup camera or auto dimming mirror. I think this is going to be a really cool setup. With our Nissan Titan, we just used the short brackets, short mounting clips, and it fit great. The auto dimming mirror that was on the Corvette had a little bit more time struggling. You need the longer brackets. It didn't fit quite as cleanly. So that's something to consider as well if you already have one of those. It may not be the mirror for you, at least if you want a clean install. Like I said, I'm a little hesitant about it not having its own bracket where it mounts onto the existing mirror instead of the windshield itself. But for a universal thing, that just makes a lot more sense, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and give this some time. I'm gonna mount it up in the truck just to see how it does over time now. I would like to eventually put it in the Corvette. I think it'll be a great fit in there for that electronic rearview mirror and that sort of thing. But we're gonna have to run power, and that's gonna be a project for another day. So I went ahead and did the Kenwood wiring on another video. I'm gonna link that up here. So I didn't show you guys all of that again, but I wanted to bring you guys in and show you just a little bit about what I did. I wanted this to be kind of removable, but still look good. I've got the mirror itself here. As you can see, it is a decent mirror, even turned off, so it is usable even without power. We've got all of our inputs up top, and then we run our wiring all along the headliner up here. I have it just temporarily tucked around here. We might take this off and hide that a little bit better if we like it, but otherwise, it just runs down our weather strip. Inside our trim, we can see a little bit of it right there. Runs behind this panel, and from this panel it crosses over underneath, runs right along this edge, all the way back into our back seat. Under the floor mat, still along this edge. You can see a little bit right back here in the corner. Tucks in behind all this trim. You can see just a hair of it right there. Tucks in up here. Again, be very careful if you have a sliding rear window because you don't want to get that wires in that track. But otherwise it tucks up. This piece right here is a little bit thick, so it's just going to hang out there for the time being. And then this has an adhesive mount. Has a couple different types of mounting options. So this was one of them that lets us put it right up at that top rail, lets that rear window close. And now I should have an electronic rear view mirror, just like some of the more modern trucks do. So the instructions on this is actually very helpful. They're very well written and they tell a lot about the camera. So to access any of the functions, the recording must be stopped. We can switch views here, or just use it as a rear view camera. In our settings, we have all of our adjustments from resolution, EV, parking monitor if it's connected to constant power, G sensor, you can change the strength of it, time format. You can select which camera is automatically showing when you turn the vehicle on. You can do reverse lines, reverse line corrections. You can do quite a bit. With the camera, on the edges here, I can select an angle. If I need to look around, I can select the backlight view. And then we have our icons that kind of let us know what's going on with the mirror. All of these disappear after a couple seconds of not touching them. So let's go ahead and start recording again. There we go. And it's that easy. If we see an event that we want to save that it didn't automatically, we can go ahead and hit that lock button. Likewise, there's a camera button as well that functions. So all in all, I'm pretty impressed with this. One of the biggest things I'm interested to see is how this does at night, if it automatically adjusts the backlight well enough to be comfortable to watch. The power button on the bottom very quickly turns the mirror off, and it is, like I said, reflective enough to be a mirror. So worst case scenario, you can hit that at night and all your problems are solved. The power cord that comes with it is just a cigarette plug power cord. There's no Hardwire kit included with this camera. The video I've linked with my Kenwood dash cam install has a full interior wiring harness kit that fits this camera as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna have that linked up above, and I'll go ahead and list what that Hardwire kit is down below. The camera seems great so far, seems good quality, so I'll let you guys know how it does over time. But as of right now, especially with the deals that are running for $150-ish, it seems like a pretty reasonable upgrade, especially if you don't already have a backup camera. Go ahead and check the product link in the description. Check this camera out. It's actually pretty impressive, everything it does for the price point. The build quality is definitely there. It does feel very high quality, with the exception of it being mounted to your factory mirror. So take that for what you will. If you guys don't already have a dash cam, I would highly recommend it. In my work with law enforcement and public safety, the amount of wrecks we go to that people just hit and run, drive away, have no witnesses or objective information to show who is at fault, and to potentially save yourself a lot of money. It just seems like a no-brainer to spend $100 or $200 on one of these things and be protected. If you have the Hardwire kit installed in a full-time power slot, the camera can also do the parking sentry mode. So if somebody hits your car while you're parked somewhere, you're also notified of that. Or if somebody breaks your window to steal your stuff, there's a good chance the camera's going to catch them and you'll have some information. Any questions about that, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you guys have used a dash camera and it's helped you out, saved you from having to pay for a wreck or something like that, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Otherwise, we'll let you know how this does over time and see if it's truly worth it. Thanks for watching 4K Motoring. I'm Chris. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to be notified of future content. We'll see you next time.